My thoughts on Life is Strange 2. Life is Strange is an episodic graphic game and an action-adventure game that focuses on Sean Diaz, who is the playable character you're playing from a third-person perspective. The game is an interactive story-driven game. The game has the same gameplay as the first Life is Strange, except in this one, you are the character that does not have any power. Sean Diaz's brother, Daniel, has a telekinesis power, basically. He can move stuff out of the way and he can blow up stuff just by using his mind. Sean can tell Daniel to use his power when they're in a sticky situation or just move stuff out of the way. The graphics in this game are beautiful, just like the first game. The facial expressions in this game are a little bit better than the first game, and the voice acting was great. So the story is Sean Diaz is a 17-year-old boy who discovered his brother has powers after the death of their father. The game is focused on Sean and Daniel Diaz, who are brothers traveling across the United States to cross the Mexican border. The story of the game is their bond as brothers and how Sean is raising Daniel to be either good or bad. I like this game, but there are parts in the game that really anger me. So the scene where Sean Diaz's dad dies is where it hits me. So in episode 1, it starts when Daniel was playing outside and he runs into his racist neighbor. Sean sees this confrontation and he runs outside to confront his neighbor. They get into an intense fight. Sean pushes him and he falls on a rock. An officer comes and he sees the neighbor choking, and of course he assumes the worst and he pulls out his gun and instructs him to lay on the ground. The boys do as he says while trying to explain what happened. The father sees this and he comes outside and he tries to calm down the cop, but the cop shoots him and then the explosion happens and Sean wakes up and sees the aftermath of this and he gets his backpack and he takes Daniel and leaves. I don't like how Sean and Daniel, really more Sean because he's the oldest, get explained for the shooting that happened in the beginning of the game. That's one of the things that really irked me as I was playing the game. And at the end of the game, you really see that they have to face their consequences for what happened. And they can surrender, and Sean goes to jail for, I think it's an estimate of 12 years for murdering a cop and other charges as well. And I'm like, why is he getting thrown into jail for murdering a cop when he didn't murder the cop? Technically, if you really think about it, Daniel was the one who murdered the cop because he was the one with power, and at the time he had created the explosion. So really it was Daniel, the one that did it. So I don't like how they written that in there. I just really don't. That's one of the main things that I really don't like. Now, the other thing I don't like is the endings. So there's supposed to be a good and a bad ending. To me, the good ending is the bad ending to me. The good ending is surrendering and Daniel agrees. Sean goes to jail for murdering a cop and other charges. Daniel lives with his grandparents and graduates from college and gets a job. The bad ending is Sean crosses the border and Daniel agrees, and they go together and they are in Mexico running a car shop. To me, that is the good ending because they're together, living peacefully. So to me, this is the good ending in my opinion. So I absolutely love the journey that Sean and Daniel are taking going across the country. I really do enjoy that because there are moments, tiny little moments where they're bonding together, and I just really think it's beautiful. I can't say I'm not really a big fan of Daniel because he can be an annoying little brat sometimes, but I do like him because he can be adorable as well. My favorite episodes are 1 and 2 because we really start to see Sean and Daniel being out on their own and being more self-sufficient. And you can see that Sean is starting to teach Daniel things about being out on their own. And I really do enjoy those moments that they have. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.